Hello there everyone, welcome to another video. It is me, Desiree, and I have a little bummer of a video to share with you. I'm going to share my thoughts on the Urban Decay On The Run palettes. I did buy all three of these. They were $25 a piece. I did use my $25 off coupon, so I got all three for 50 bucks. Where to begin? I don't like these palettes. I don't like them for many reasons. There's something wrong with this whole little collection that they did here, and I don't really know how to properly articulate my thoughts on this, so if I keep rambling on, well, that's just what's going to happen. I'm going to ramble on. But let's just talk about the palettes first, okay? This is the one called Detour. They do come in a cardboard package with a magnetic closure. This one here kind of reminds me of the palette that they just did, the one called Beached or something. Doesn't it look just like that palette? So each one comes with a mix of mattes and shimmers, a pop of color, of course, and then one here that they call a transformer shade. The transformer shades that are in here are so weird because they don't work with the eyeshadow formula that's in here. So I'm going to swatch that one for you. It's called Switchback. I swatched a lipstick there earlier and it stained my hand. So it's really pretty, and it looks cool in a swatch, and a lot of these shadows look awesome in a swatch. Like the one called Plunge looks beautiful in a swatch. To get that one to perform on your lids is a freaking nightmare. This palette here made me mad. I went to work and I took my eye makeup off at work. I was so annoyed with this. Like, I just didn't like it. Whether I was using one shadow, two shadows, three shadows, four shadows, trying to make it work, I was using a primer, I was not using a primer, or I was using concealer, I was setting it, I was not setting it, using a blended out kind of crease shade. I couldn't get this to work for me. And I just don't like what they did here. It seems like it's a bunch of leftover stuff, like a weird idea. The shades don't really work that well together, and I'm not necessarily someone that needs to have my palette tell me a story. I don't really care about anything like that. If I like the shades in here, then I like the shades in here. And I like the color selection. I think it's fine, but it's just the formulas are so weird and they don't work well together. Like the mattes with the shimmers on top, or with this transformer shade, trying to get this on top of one of those mattes is a nightmare. It'll just like move the matte right off of your lid. No thank you. The second one here, called Shortcut, does look really pretty. It has some tones in here that kind of look like the Backtalk palette. Oh my god. I just don't like this. I don't like the formulas of any of these eyeshadows, and it's very inconsistent from palette to palette. And the idea is, like, they want you to have this one palette to take it with you on the run. Like, you don't have a lot of time, you want to grab one eyeshadow palette and have your whole look in here, and that's fine. Nothing wrong with that concept. This shade here called After Hours is super duper pretty. It's like a weird, oily, kind of inky black. And then the transformer shade that they give you in here is this one called Zone. And that one looks amazing on top of the black. Like, it'll make metallic-y, oil slick shades look really good. But trying to get that on top of any of the other shades that are in this palette is impossible. This one does not work well on top of any of the mattes. I wore this yesterday, and it kept flaking off. Like, I was trying to get this on my lid, and it just kept falling off. It would not work. I was trying to spray the brush. I was not spraying the brush. I have tried everything with these palettes. I've had these for 6 days. I had them Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and today, Friday. No thank you. I tried to use this again this morning. I washed my face off and redid my makeup, and I used one single shadow to do this that I got in an Ipsy bag, and I love it so much. But anyway, I tried this again this morning, and I didn't like it. It's so hard to use. And I don't like the formula. I don't like the transformer shades, and oh my god. I'm not even going to talk about this one. I don't even care. I don't even care about this palette. I don't care about any of these palettes. I am very sorry that this is such a negative video, but I don't like this release. I don't like anything they're doing with this release right here. Urban Decay kind of reminds me of Tarte and Too Faced, where they kind of want to capitalize on something that's really popular, in this case, the Born to Run palette. And a side note, none of the shades that are in these palettes are in the Born to Run palette. These are all, I don't know if they're new, but I know some of these are shades I already have. Like, I know Sin, I actually have Sin in a single, and it's nothing like this one. The single is amazing, and it's a different color. This one in here is a completely different color than the Sin in a single. Really weird formula. Anyway, I don't like what they're doing with this release. I feel like they're just trying to capitalize on something in their line that a lot of people like, and like the reviews for that palette are great. So they think, hey, you know what? You know what we're going to do? We're going to slap together something haphazardly with a very, very subpar eyeshadow formula. We'll sell it cheap. We'll make it really cheap. We'll make it outside of the United States. Make it cheap. Sell it cheap. They're going to make their money back. They're going to clearance these out in a few months like they always do, and they'll forget about them. They'll move them out of their line, they'll forget, and they'll move on to the next thing, which is what a lot of brands do, which is why they release so many limited edition things. They make them outside of the United States, they sell them cheap, they make their money back, and they move on to the next trend, which is what they're going to do. Like, do you remember when Urban Decay did the, like, disco thing because it was festival season, and you know what people want? They want a holographic thing, they want a holographic highlight stick and a holographic eyeshadow thing. We're going to make it, we're going to sell it to them, and then we're going to clearance it out after the festival season trend is over. We'll move on to the next thing. So right now they're just trying to capitalize on their Born to Run idea, and it sucks. I would not... Don't waste your time with this. Don't look at them. Don't research them. Don't put them on the wish list. Don't spend your money on them. Don't waste your gas driving to the store. Just let them disappear. Just let Urban Decay clearance them out, make them disappear. They'll move on to the next thing, and you can try out with the next thing if you want. I don't like this release. I don't like anything about this release. I don't like the eyeshadow formulas. I'm going to return it, and I am so disappointed. And that's that. That's the video. If you tried these and you liked them, I'm sorry I was so negative. But you know what? I'm always going to share my opinion, and my opinion is not always good, happy, positive, whatever. But I don't like this, and that's all I have to say about it. Don't waste your time on it. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching this video. Please don't be too harsh in the comments. I know it was a very negative video. But that's it. I will see you in another one. Thanks so much for watching this one. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you in another video. Goodbye.